Hey, Eagle Run 2-3. Today's the day we're actually going to get some work done. Not much talking. This is not going to be much of a how-to, but we'll just kind of talk about what I come up against. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to leave a playlist in the corner. You can go back and see how we got to where we are, but this is my 1998 Ford 4x4 Expedition with a 4.6 liter, and we're doing a complete suspension makeover. So let me get the tire knocked loose here. We'll get it up on jack stands and get to work. All right, before we get too far here, let's check a measurement here. We are just about 38.5. Okay, we're not on level, but the truck's not going to move. So I'm just curious what that'll be like. Let's go check the other side. Okay, so what are we at over here? Ooh, 38. Okay, interesting. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Good job, you did two of them.
Wow. Oh,
Don't run you over?
Yeah.
So here's why we're here. These bushings right here, right there, those guys, no good. We're gonna replace this whole control arm. I'm assuming this ball joint's no good. I don't think it's any good. It doesn't even look like it's been serviced anytime soon. I guess maybe they don't do that when they change the wheel. They used to. So we're gonna take the caliper off. We're gonna take the rotor off. Take the hub off. We've got new tie rod ends for here and here. We have a new adjusting sleeve. We've got new lower control arms. I'm a little worried about what's gonna happen with this torsion bar, but hopefully it comes right out. I might go ahead and shoot some lube in there right now so it can start doing its thing. And then these shocks, I should have done a bounce test. Darn, I meant to do that. But this shock mount, I don't know why it's doing that. These were maybe 50, 60,000 miles ago, not that long ago. But these bushings are toast and the shocks actually are really bouncy. So let's hope this fixes a lot of our problems. We need to see what's happening with this ABS mount. I need to check that out. I think it unclips right there. All right, let's get to work. All right, so far so good. I've done the brakes on here 2 or 3 times, but I forgot. The rotor comes right off. A lot of times these are seized, but so far on this truck, I've had no trouble with them coming right off. We are going to be replacing the bearing as well as the CV. I don't know if you can see. Can you see back there? You can a little bit. Right back here, this boot is completely torn, and I've got new CV axles as you saw on the parts video. So we're just going to keep disassembling here. Yeah. Let's keep going. So you see this pin comes out?
Yeah.
And then look at this. This little guy right here comes off. Look at that. It had a little bit of glue on it. And then, is it a 35? It is a 35. Okay. Let me have the breaker bar.
This breaker bar?
Uh-huh.
It weighs a ton.
It weighs a ton?
Yeah, a ton.
I wonder if we can do this.
Stop it at the teeth. I saw it at
Whoa, look at the way that thing is bound. That's crazy.
Dad.
So I'm gonna have to brace. I'm gonna have to brace that.
What's inside that thing?
The tie rod here, after I loosened it, I just bumped the bottom of it with my big freaking hammer. It doesn't, I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's supposed to move a little bit. Anyway, it came out pretty easy, which is great. Now I realized I should have loosened that nut while the tire was still on the ground. So I kind of shot myself in the foot on that one a little bit. Let's see if we can get it off a different way. On the air tools, I have a little compressor. I used to have a bigger one, but this little new compressor won't run my air tools. So that's too bad. So I put the tire back on and it's just barely setting on it. I'm still on jack stands, but it should be enough that we can get the axle loose. Let's hope. See what happens. Oh yeah. There we go, Wallace. Without that tie rod end on, the whole wheel just moves a bunch. All right, that's exciting. Okay, I think we're gonna need to put that back on to pop it through. So I think I'll leave that on because we need to smack it. All right, cool. All right, so it was recommended to spray everything down as best you can and let it soak. So we're gonna do that. Let's get in that one. Okay, I think that's loose. Well, you can see how torn. I mean, that boot is completely torn. I'm lucky that hasn't done anything worse. Okay, so that's moving. So that's loose. Okay, great. So you gotta have a deep socket here on the bottom. Luckily, I have some of this stuff. I did order about, I'm gonna say $50 in tools. I ordered the number 12, or the 12 pointed. I don't have any 12 point sockets. So you have to have 12 point sockets to get this CV off. That's those back there. So I ordered that, and then I ordered the 35 millimeter for the axle nut. I doubt I'll ever use those again, so that's a little bit disappointing, but doing jobs and adding to your tool collection is kind of part of the benefit of doing it yourself. Plus, this would be probably $1,000 in labor. So I'm saving that, and then I'm adding to my own tool collection. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know why this is so tough. Okay. So here's my plan for this tie rod end. So I'm replacing both sides of this. Oh, sorry, bumped you. Why can't I don't have to take this apart. All I have to do is make my new one the same distance as this one. So I feel like I could measure that. I don't know, this moves, so it'd be hard to measure to the center. I mean, I feel like I could get close. I'm gonna drive straight to the alignment shop. That's the first drive of this will be 2 miles down the road to the alignment shop. I'll do it on a Sunday morning. We no traffic. My tires are already worn, so it's not like I'm ruining anything. I think I can do that. So I'm trying to figure out, that's a 21, metric 21, but I guess, oh, my steering, I'll just turn my steering wheel just a little bit to the right, and that should come out so I can get a ratchet on that, because I don't have a 21 end wrench. All right, let's try that. What about now?
It's gonna move. That did move.
It did move?
Yep.
But did it move enough for me to get my... It did. All right, awesome. You told me? All right.
I can hold me with these.
Nice.
Funny.
Awesome. Well, I guess you'll tell me in the comments if I'm doing this wrong.
Well, I don't know why.
If what my plan is doesn't work, I guess I can try to fix it before. I'll take a measurement of this so that I know what it is, so that at least it should be close. I'm thinking it should be close. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I definitely don't know what I'm doing. Thanks for the sound effects. Oh. What about right here on the end? All right, little victories here. Cannot get that undone. I don't have the pickle fork thing, but got the ABS line unplugged. It was super easy. I think that looks like the one that I have, which is awesome. I got the big old, there's 3 of these on the back side of the wheel, and it's already cracked loose, so it should just come. Ooh, that's satisfying. All right. Look at that. Now, these weren't bad. I'm just replacing them because they're like 200 bucks, 100 bucks a piece. And I have the entire thing apart, and it's one of those while you're there things, I think. Also, my ABS light is on, so I haven't even looked into that, but those are not bad. And for 265,000 miles on a 4-wheel drive, how in the world are those bearings still good? I might keep one of these just in case. I'll see if one's better than the other, but they had no play in them. So, all right, so I think that's free. That is free. That axle will come out of the knuckle. Moving, perfect. This is going relatively well. I spoke too soon. Okay, yeah, so I can't get that off. I don't have the pickle fork, and I tried to hit it. Didn't come loose. We'll let the penetrant hang out, WD-40. And let's move on to the next thing here. So, what is the next thing? I guess the upper. I guess we should do that. So, in the 100 videos I've watched on YouTube about how to do this, they say to mark those so that they're in the same location, because they are slotted up there. I guess I can show you when I get it apart. I don't even know if you can see up there, but let's get the right tools and see what we can do about that. All right, back on this. Had to take a few days off, but I'll let the penetrant get in there, and things worked a whole lot better today. So I've got the knuckle off right here. I've got the CV axle out, and the shock has all been removed. Those were no problem. The CV axle, I mean, I might as well show you this carnage here. This, I mean, it's super chunky. It just flops around, and I just shot grease all over myself. But both CV joints are torn, and it's got some mileage. So at 250,000 miles, I guess I earned a new CV axle. I have no idea how that even has stayed together as well as it has. I need to get that all cleaned up on that mating surface there and get the new one prepped and ready to go. So next is the upper and lower control arms. We'll be working on those next. And I still have this tie rod in that's giving me a hard time. I I rented a tool, but I forgot to get the little pickle fork thing. We'll have to see if that'll just loosen up and come off for us. So we're making some progress. It's getting dark, and that's going to be about all I can do tonight. But my neighbor, I thought I had a 30 or a 25 millimeter, and I only had a 24 millimeter. But my neighbor gave me a jug of these things. I don't know if these are available. Like, surely they're available somewhere. These things are amazing. They're they're super textured. They almost have like I don't even know what it is, like a fiber on there. So look, they have like this like texture, and it's really, I mean, it's like almost like sandpaper, but it just, I mean, my hands were disgusting, and it just completely made them clean. I got myself dirty there again, but highly recommend this. I'm going to be cleaning off some tools and stuff with this and getting the hands waterless. Pretty cool stuff. I forgot to mention, someone asked, we are definitely going to be cleaning all of this up. I don't know what I can do about the Ender fender liner, if it's worth replacing. I can look into that, but all of this is going to be wire wheeled and painted. So we're gonna make it nice when we go back together. I know this is an old truck and it's, you know, whatever, but we're gonna go through there and wire wheel all of that frame, probably go all the way up there and get this looking good. We'll just paint it black. The new parts are black anyway, and then the knuckle here, we'll power wash it and check it out. I need to see if it needs a new seal. I need to check that out too, but we'll power wash it, clean it up, wire wheel it, maybe paint it black as well, and get that all cleaned up. Spending a lot of time on this, and I want it to look good when I'm done, even though it's not going to be like, you know, really nice. So I decided to whack this one more time, and it just popped out. I've been letting it soak, and so that worked great. So here's my plan, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to just set up the next one to this same length and see if I can get it close. Obviously I'm going straight in for an alignment, so it doesn't really matter too much. I'm gonna go a couple miles down the road, but all right, so let's look at some of this. We're looking at this TRQ brand. So I feel like this is all right. I feel like this hardware is a little suspect. I mean, it's just basically a jam nut. Also, these are serviceable, and I guess I wasn't paying attention, but the new ones are not serviceable. How do we feel about that? I don't know. I'm undecided. I mean, these are all made in China. I mean, even if you bought Moog or, you know, some other brand that you've heard of that I can't think of right now, they're all made in China too. So what do I care if this one's made in China? I do wish it was serviceable. Why can't it be serviceable? Why is it so hard just to put a grease zerk in there? So then does that mean that this already has grease in it? I don't know what that means. Oh, it slides. Oh, I feel like that should be packed with grease though, shouldn't it? I don't know. What am I doing? Okay, well, I wish I was sharpening a knife right now. So I'm gonna do some research on that. I also want to make sure these all have different part numbers. So I want to make sure, I'm sure it has to do with the thread, and if it's left hand or right hand, I guess. Maybe I'm not right on that thinking, because I don't know, maybe I'm not thinking right. But I want to make sure I got the right part number going, because they're different part numbers. So obviously something is inside, outside, left, and right, because I got 4 of them and there's 4 options. So, okay, thanks for tuning in. I think I'm going to cut this video off right here, and hopefully soon, very soon, I can post the follow-up with the suspension mostly done. I'm not going to walk you through, you know, the ins and outs of the construction of this, because I'm not really how-toing this. So it's really just more of a progress update for anyone following along. But I do appreciate your comments and anything you have to share with us. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. Eagle Run 23. We'll see you next time.